Hello everyone, DeckTrolls here, and today I have for you my agent deck. And I'm considering next week showing you guys my sister's agent deck that I made for her. But for now, I'll show you mine. And please look at my other deck profiles because I feel like you'll find them at least interesting. Remember, I make 100 plus decks, so there's going to be a lot of fun content coming your way, budget-friendly decks. And alright, let's get on with the agents. Got 3 Master Hyperion. You can special summon this card from your hand by removing from play 1 the agent monster in your hand, field, or graveyard. Once per turn, you can remove from play 1 light fairy type monster from your graveyard to select one card on the field and destroy it. If the Sanctuary in the Sky is face up on the field, you can activate this effect up to twice per turn. So yeah, this is your boss monster, and it's really a monster that you want to get out because he's able to disrupt a lot of your opponent's plays, and it's just fun to be popping stuff on the field. You got 3, the Mystery of Agent Earth. It's also really important in this deck because it's a tuner and it searches out your agents and or Master Hyperion. So it's level 2, tuner. When this card is normal summoned, you can add 1 the agent monster from your deck to your hand, except the Agent of Mystery Earth. While the Sanctuary in the Sky is face up on the field, you can add 1 Master Hyperion from your deck to your hand instead. You got 2 the Agent of Force, Mars. If this card is unaffected by any spells, while you control a face-up the Sanctuary in the Sky, if your life points are higher than your opponent's, this card gains attack and defense by the difference between your and your opponent's life points. So only if your life points are higher than your opponent's and you have the Sanctuary in the Sky, this card gains attack and defense equal to the difference. And you got 3, the Agent of Judgment, Saturn. It is level 6. While your life points are higher than your opponent's, you can tribute this card to inflict damage to your opponent equal to the difference between your life points. If you do not control the face-up the Sanctuary in the Sky, this effect does not apply. You cannot conduct your battle phase the turn you activate this effect. Now, being aware that if the Sanctuary in the Sky is not on the field, face up on the field, and you can use this effect, but it won't work. You'll just have tributed your monster. Now we got 3 Zeradius, Herald of Heaven. You can discard this card to the graveyard and add 1 the Sanctuary in the Sky from your deck to your hand. If the Sanctuary in the Sky is not face up on the field, destroy this card. Now, as you can probably tell, the Sanctuary in the Sky is very important in this deck. And, yeah, you need to have it as fast as possible. You have 1 Hecatrix. You can discard this card to the graveyard, add 1 Valhalla Hall, the Fallen, from your deck to your hand. Simple as that. You got 2 Honest. During your main phase, you can return this card from the field to the owner's hand. During either player's damage step, when a face-up light monster you control battles, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard to have that monster gain attack equal to the attack of the opponent's monster it's battling until the end phase. Lastly, for the monsters, we have 1 Marshmallow. After damage calculation, if this card was attacked and was face down at the start of the damage step, the attacking player takes 1,000 damage, and this card cannot be destroyed by battle. Alright, for the spells we have 3, the Sanctuary in the Sky. Now, it's mostly important for its name, but its effect is Battle damage to the controller of a fairy type monster from battle involving that fairy type monster becomes 0. So battle involving fairies becomes 0 for the owner of the fairy. Alright, got 2, the Fountain in the Sky. When a late monster is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can remove that monster from play to gain life points equal to its attack. Because in this deck, you're going to try to get your life points as high as possible so that you can use the effects of Mars and Saturn. You got 2, Valhalla, Hall of the Fallen. Once per turn, if you control no monsters, you can special summon 1 fairy type monster from your hand. That's something you want to be able to do to quickly get out your Saturn and or your Master Hyperion. And lastly, for the spells, we got 1, Smashing Ground. Destroy the face-up monster your opponent controls with the highest defense. If it's a tie, you get to decide. Alright, now for the traps, we got 2, Divine Punishment. Activate only if the Sanctuary in the Sky is face up on the field. Negate the activation of the spell, trap, or effect monster's effect, and destroy that card. You've got 3, Draining Shield. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster, negate the attack, and if you do, gain life points equal to the target's attack. Again, you gotta get that life point boost. Your other option is to lower your opponent's life points, which is why we got 3, Magic Cylinder, because I love this card. So fun. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster, negate the attack, and if you do, inflict damage to your opponent equal to its attack. Another really good card for this. For example, if your opponent is attacking your Mars, you just use side effects. Your opponent draws 1 to 3 cards, then you gain 2,000 life points for each card they drew with this effect. So you can gain between 2,000 to 6,000 life points, and that's roughly what your monster will gain, depending on the difference between your and your opponent's life points. And if you draw 2 of these, you will gain a minimum of 4,000 life points and a maximum of 12,000. So, cool. You got 2, Sakuretsu Armor. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster and destroy the target. Lastly, we got 2, Raigeki Break. Discard 1 card, then target 1 card on the field and destroy it. Simple as that. Alright, now I do have an extra deck, and I did not focus on price exactly, but I know these are not crazy expensive. So here we go. Got 1, the Phantom Knights of Cursed Javelin. Requires 2 level 2 monsters. You can detach 1 material from this card, target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls until the end of this turn, change its attack to 0. Also, it has its effects negated. This effect can be activated during either player's turn. If this card has a Phantom Knights card as Xyz material, you can only use this effect of Phantom Knights. You can only use this effect of Phantom Knights of Cursed Javelin once per turn. You got 1, Wind Up Zen Maze. 2 level 3 monsters. If this face-up card on the field would be destroyed, you can detach 1 material from this card instead, once per turn during the end phase. If this effect was used this turn, target 1 card on the field and destroy it. You got 1, Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. Requires 2 level 4 monsters. You can detach 2 materials from this card, then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Its attack becomes half its current attack, and if it does, this card gains that lost attack. You got 1, number 11, Silent Honor Arc. Requires 2 level 4s. You can detach 2 Xyz materials from this card, then target 1 special summon monster your opponent controls in face-up attack position. Attach it to this card as a face-up Xyz material. You can only use this effect of number 101 Silent Honor Arc once per turn. If this face-up card would be destroyed, you can detach 1 material from this card instead. Got 1 Utopia, number 39 Utopia, 2 level 4 monsters. When any player's monster declares an attack, you can detach 1 material from this card, negate the attack. When this card is targeted for an attack while it has no Xyz material, destroy this card. 1 Unformed Void, requires 3 level 4s. Once per turn, during your opponent's main phase, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card. This card gains attack and defense equal to the total attack of all face-up Xyz material your opponent currently controls. This is a quick effect. Now, I would definitely take this card out because I put this card in when Xyz were super relevant. Which also means that I have not updated this deck in a bit. But, yeah, just switch it up for something else. Got 1 Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon. Requires 2 level 8 monsters. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card. Then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Monsters you control cannot attack your opponent directly for the rest of this turn, except this card. Also, take control of that targeted monster until the end phase, but while this effect is applied, its effects are negated, and its attack becomes 3000. Also, its name, it becomes Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon. To pop right on top of that, you got Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Photon Dragon. Requires 3 level 8s. You can also Xyz summon this card by using a Galaxy Eyes Xyz monster you control as Xyz material, except Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Photon Dragon. Xyz material attached to that monster also become Xyz material attached to this card. Once per turn, you can target up to 2 equip cards equipped to this card, attach them to this card as Xyz material. Once per turn, you can detach 1 material from this card, then target 1 face-up card your opponent controls and destroy it. Next, you got 2 Red Wyvern. Requires 1 tuner and 1 or more non-tuners. During either player's turn, if a monster with a higher attack than the Synchro Summon card, this Synchro Summon card is on the field, you can destroy the attack. You can destroy 1 face-up monster on the field with the highest attack from your choice if tied. This effect can only be used once while this card is face-up on the field. You got 1 Bryonic Dragon of the Ice Barrier. Requires 1 tuner and 1 or more non-tuners. You can discard any number of cards from your graveyard to target the same number of cards on the field. Return those targets to the hand. And lastly, 1 Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. Requires 1 tuner and 1 or more non-tuners. Once per turn, during your main phase, you can destroy all other face-up attack position monsters on the field. Monsters other than this card cannot attack the turn you activate this card. Alright guys, so that is my agent deck. Please tell me what you think. Give me some feedback. What did you like about it? What did you not like about it? What would you do to make it more consistent? So yeah, remember I have 100 plus budget friendly deck profiles, so please make sure to like and subscribe for more fun future content, and most importantly, have fun.